All right, let's see if I'm live. All right, the phone says I'm live. It's not showing me. There we go. All right, let's code. All right, I think I'm gonna ease myself into it and just do some lower level problems. All right, what do we got? Multiples of 3 or 5. If we list all the natural numbers below 10 that are multiples of 3 or 5, we get 3, 6, and 9. The sum of these multiples is 23. Finish the solution so that it returns the sum of all multiples of 3 or 5 below the number passed in. Additionally, if the number is negative, return 0. Okay, so I'm going to do the immediate check for negative numbers. So if number is less than 0, we're just going to go ahead and return 0 immediately. Oops, I did Control S for save and it sent it. Well, that's annoying. Okay, why does the stream manager from the phone kind of suck? Uh, Alright, well, it's working fine enough on the computer, so I'm going to do that for now. You know, it's funny, Ionic Fox, I looked at when I uploaded some videos last year, and it was all in October. I think it's just that time of year. It starts to cool off, and I'm like, time to start doing things again. Sorry while I try to figure out how to get to the stream manager and not the default view. Maybe I am in the stream manager and that's why I'm confused. Creator dashboard. No, that's not what I wanted either. Oh, manage stream. There we go. I've got the chat. Okay, so what are you saying? Project Oilers, yeah, I wouldn't mind getting back into that. It's been a minute since I've looked at it. I like Code Wars just because it's more on the programming side. Project Euler is like, okay, well, you need to know this potentially obscure number theory rule to be able to solve it efficiently. Um, with Code Wars, that type of stuff doesn't come into play until later on, and you also get to like filter uh, by that type of stuff as well. Yeah, I like it. It's I don't know. I find it fun. It's got like leaderboards and stuff. It definitely gamifies it a little bit more than Project Euler, I think. Um, though I might try doing a stream with Project Euler. That'd be interesting. All right, let's actually try the problem. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so we've got our like base case of handling it. If number is less than 0, return 0 per the instructions. And then now it is, oh man, I feel like I've definitely solved this problem on Code Wars before. It's just like one of the popular ones that shows up. Um, and I swear that the way I'm going to do it now is not going to be as efficient as the way I did it before. So let's do num equals 0 while num is, let's see, the condition is less than or less than less than or equal to below. So less than number, or let's do multiple. Ugh, I hate that. I want to like, by default, I press Control S to save like once every 5 seconds, and then on Code Wars, Control S is submit, not save, and so I'll be like in the middle of broken code, and it'll be like, oh, well, you fucking suck, and you're an idiot. And it's like, no, I was just in the middle of something. Uh, all right, while multiple is less than number. Is that how I want to do it? Multiple. Um, let's see. While multiple is less than number. I also want like my I. So I equals 1 multiple times. Oh, you'll do, so let's do multiples. I'm going to do it in a set so that I don't, because of the requirement of only counting it once for both 3 and 5. So if it ends up being in multiples, I'm sorry, multiple should be 3, while multiple is less than number, which it should be for this case. Multiples dot add. I can't remember what it is for set syntax. It might be add, it might be update. I guess I will find out. Add multiple times I. And then I'm going to do the same thing for 5 and see what it does for me. And then I should just be able to return sum of multiples. Let's test it. 3 passed. Okay, dict object. Oh, I'm a fool. I'm a fool! Okay, well, it's sending. Yeah, okay, so it's probably just not optimal. There's probably an optimal way to do it that I'm just not thinking of. But I'm wondering how far I made it. Oh, ha ha ha. No, it's just running forever because I forgot to do I plus equals 1. And so multiple, I'm sorry, I need to do multiple times I is less than number. I plus equals 1, multiple times I less than number, I plus equals 1. Yay! Alright, I'm not completely stupid. Alright, what are you saying to me? My phone said you were streaming Halo Infinite, and I knew that couldn't be. Okay, so I have updated my stream information so that it should say something like Code Grind or Code Wars or something. Edit stream info. Does it still say Halo Infinite? because I've definitely updated it. Oh, also it's gotten rid of all of my tags for some reason. Um, code, tag, code wars. Yeah, it could be that I started the stream before I had the chance to update, so it just pushed that. But I'm glad it's back to what it should be. Programming. Um, what other tags do I want to do? Grind, code grind. I don't know if these tags are even useful. Okay, on to the next problem. Oh, it's gonna have me update. Okay, so let's do Python sort by. I'm just gonna go through the most popular ones. That multiples of 3 or 5 is apparently the most popular one. But I'm gonna filter by ones I haven't done, so that should go away. Fantastic. Right now I'm not gonna filter by difficulty, although as you can see I'm a 4Q, so things less than that are probably gonna be um, considered easy for me. But it's also, after work, and my brain is fried usually when I come home. So I might just stick to the easier ones for now anyway. Okay, so vowel count. We'll consider A, E, I, O, U as values for this kata, but not Y. Well, that's just mean. String will consist of lowercase letters and or spaces. Okay. Simple enough, I think. Return the number, count of values in a given string. Okay, so that's easy. Going to um honestly, yeah, no, this is a one-liner. Um uh Return the number of vowels. So sum of, and then I'm going to do uh, item in the set of vowels that it gives me. I, A, E, I, O, U for item in sentence. I'm feeling lucky, and I was wrong. Incorrect answer for AEIO. None should equal 5. Oh, I didn't return. Boom! One-liner. Uh, cool. Yeah, no, that's about as easy as it can get. Back to the challenges. If I refresh, is it gonna undo? Can I save this search configuration? I'm gonna try it because vowel count I want to disappear. Boom. Okay. And oh wait, no, I wanted to open link a new tab. Create a function that takes an integer as an argument and returns even for even numbers or odd for odd numbers. Oh my god, this is like the meme. This is the meme. Where like people will submit like the most obscure, like totally backwards way of coming up with this. Like it'll just be like if is odd return true, or if even return false or whatever, instead of just returning like the opposite of is even. It's a meme. Um, Even or odd number. Okay, well, so let's see. If it is even, mod 2 will return 0, which is Boolean false. It's falsy. And then any other number would be true. So let's see. Oh, but I have to print even or odd. Okay, so that's just going to be if number mod 2, that would be even. So I'm going to, well, so hold on. 0 would be even. So if not 0, then this should be return odd. And then I'll just put some comments on here so people know what I'm thinking. So if a number mod 2 is not 0, which is truthy, if an integer that's not 0 is going to be treated as true when dealing with conditionals like this. So if we get into here, then the number must have been odd. If this is not 0, then it was an odd number. Here, I'll move the comments around. If this is not 0, then it was an odd number. All numbers are odd numbers. If this is not 0, then it was an odd number, and which is, and numbers that are not 0 are treated as true, therefore return odd. And then, well, did the thing where I tried to save the code and it ran it instead. And then else is just going to be return even, but it looks like this is going to pass because I got all the odd tests correct. Attempt. Boom. All right, easy peasy. Oh, let's see. Okay, back here, refresh. It should get rid of that problem. Disim vowel trolls. Oh no, I want to open a link, a new tab. Trolls are attacking your comments section. Oh no. A common way to deal with this situation is to remove all of the vowels from the troll's comments, neutralizing the threat. Your task is to write a function that takes a string and returns a new string with all vowels removed. For example, this website is for losers, lol, would become this website is for losers, lol. Okay, I don't think that would actually neutralize the threat. Everyone would know what this means, although it does make them look a little more silly. Again, with the Y erasure, the not the by erasure, the Y erasure not being treated as a vowel. Okay. Well, let's do it. Train kata. All right. Disembowel string. Okay, so this is actually going to be another one-liner, I think, or at least I'm going to try to do it as one-liner just to sort of flex my Python skills. So this is going to be a dot join on an iterable where the iterable only returns items that aren't vowels from the given string. So this is going to be for item not in. So it's sort of similar to the other vowel problem. But instead of in, it's going to be not in, since we're going to want to filter out the vowels. So for item not in, oh, I'm sorry, but last time, no. This is going to be item for item in string if item not in vowels. So this um, is a sort of a generator expression, I believe is the term, um, where you basically, in a one line, do a for loop that would be equivalent to appending to a list, um, but you just return it in, you just write it in one line and it returns that equivalent thing. So if I wanted to be explicit, I could make this a list, but that's technically not necessary. So A, E, I, O, U, and not Y because they hate me. And let's test it. This, oh, capital I had not done the capital. You know what? I don't need to make this a set. This could be a string because strings allow you to do containment checking. So I can actually just do A, E, E, O, U, and that should actually work because now I have both the lowercase and uppercase versions. Boom. Um, Easy peasy. On to the next one. Mm, Lower item. So the problem with that is, well, no, yeah, that would have definitely worked as well. So let me actually um, do that problem with your solution. So that's going to be, um, so basically I can get rid of the, which is arguably cleaner because I can just do if item dot lower in that, and that should give me the same result. Boom, easy peasy. So, I guess it's a matter of preference. I don't know if this is necessary. I mean, it's basically the same number of characters total, right? Lower has the same number of letters as there are number of vowels. So getting rid of this and just anyway, it doesn't matter. They're both totally valid solutions. Um, I'd be curious to know which one was faster. It'd be interesting to benchmark that. Because the lower is going to have the overhead of the method lookup and executing the method, whereas just the containment check, I mean, that's that's as fast as you're going to get in Python. But it would be interesting to know. Let's just keep this as is for now. Usually an update, but maybe performance it. Yeah, potentially. Again with the performance it, but I mean for these types of problems, it doesn't matter. Um, do you think it'd be worth going Ionic? Do you think it'd be worth? So I like the idea of streaming, sort of just this like code grind where I just go through a bunch of problems back to back. But do you think I should make like YouTube videos of like sort of the thought process on solving some of these problems? Um, because while these were one-liners for me, not everyone's going to know the Python syntax for the list comprehensions and whatnot. What do you think about that? And while my stream struggles to catch up, um, I'm going to move on. Maybe use problems and excuses each. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, I can just go through each one of these problems and, like, okay, yeah, I solved this with a. I mean, maybe solve it in different ways. Like, okay, here's sort of like how like a Python noob would have solved it, and versus like here's how a Python pro would have solved it. Maybe do that sort of comparison. Um, yeah, I might do that. Um, we'll see what I end up doing. All right, on to the next one, I think. So we could do a refresh, get rid of that one because it should be solve square every digit. Welcome. In this kata, you are asked to square every digit of a number and concatenate them. Interesting. So for example, if we run 9119 through the function, 81181 will come out. Okay, I see. So, wait, do I see? Okay. Oh, because the 81. All right, so 9 squared. Interesting. Integer and returns an integer. Okay, so there's gonna be a Python way to do this that you wouldn't be able to do as easily in a language like C++. Um, it may or may not be cheating because I think potentially the intent of this problem is to sort of uh, think about how you would extract a digit from a number, and how you would end up doing that would just be some modular arithmetic, if I remember correctly. Um, right, because I think if you do like 10 mod or 9 mod 10, I don't. Anyway, basically, it involves extracting each digit. So you're going to do like modular arithmetic on 10 to the 1 for the first digit, or 10 to the 2 for the second digit, with maybe a -1 in the exponent. And then that would get it. But I'm going to do it the Python way, which is fancy. So basically, I'm just going to do string equals oh no, string equals string of num, and then new string. It's going to be a blank string, and then for digit in. Oh, is this gonna? Oh, and then I'm gonna have to reverse it at the end potentially. That should be fine. Let me try it. So for digit in string, um, new digits equals int of digit squared. This is totally cheating. Um, new string plus equals new digits. Well, string of new digits. That's going to put it in the reverse. No, it's not. Is it going to put it in the reverse order? No, that should actually do it. So return new string. Yeah, no, I messed it up. Oh, no, I didn't. It just needs to return integer of new string. And boom, that's the Python way. Actually, I might go through the process of doing it like in a more um, of the way it intended. Have me solve it and then improve it. Yeah. Um, I don't know, man. You were killing it on the Project Euler. You definitely got the more number theory type thing. I just know Python tricks. Um, I don't know. I'm going to move on from this one. I might make a video on how to do it in 2 different ways. So I'm actually going to bookmark that one. If it will let me. It won't let me. I wonder if that's because I'm in incognito. That shouldn't matter. It should be based on the website. Oh well. Moving on. Ooh, 6Q. Stop gnipping. Oh, word. Stop sniping my words. I'm guessing is spinning. Stop spinning my words. That makes more sense because it's spun around. Haha, I get it. Write a function that takes in a string of 1 or more words and returns the same string, but with all 5 or more letters, words. Hold on a second, I gave myself a stroke. Write a function that takes in a string of 1 or more words, okay, and returns the same string, but with all 5 or more letter words reversed. Okay, so test to see if the word is greater than 5 letters, and if so, flip it around. Just like the name of this kata. Strings passed in will consist of only letters and spaces. Spaces will be included only when more than one word is present. Okay, well this is actually potentially another one-liner. Let's see if I can do it. Okay. So return space dot join. Yeah, no, I think it would be good content for me to like go over problems I've solved um on Code Wars and explain, okay, well, what does this join function do? What is this dot split method that I'm going to be using? What does it do? So space dot join, word for word in sentence dot split of space. So that's just going to return the same thing. So I want word if length of word is it less than or equal to 5, right? But with all 5 or more letters. So if it's less than 5, I want to turn it normally. Else I want to reverse the string. I don't know if there's a word dot like a split dot reverse. So I'm just gonna do that. No, that didn't like that one. Okay, it's definitely because I when it comes to these generator expressions and doing if-else statements, I kind of struggle with that, to be 100% honest. That makes me sad because I can't do it as a one-liner, off the top of my head at least. There's definitely a way to do it a one-liner. I've definitely done these things before. So what I'm going to do instead is just the old-fashioned way. So I'm going to have a list that I append to. So this is going to be words, or rather new words, equals an empty array or list, and arguably this is probably more readable. I tend to only go for the one-liners to try to be fancy and show off, or if it is like really explicit. To be 100% honest, programming for work, I probably wouldn't have actually done this. That was more just to challenge how fancy I could get, because I think this way will be more explicit and more readable for sure. So for word in sentence dot split, and we're going to split on the space character. So according to the assumptions of the problem, the space is there's only going to be one space, and it's basically going to be used to delimit words. So for word in sentence dot split, and that's what this split function does, is it will split a given string on a given delimiter. So in this case, I am splitting on the space, and so when I iterate over it, I'm basically going to get basically every set of characters in between that delimiter. In this case, those characters represent an actual word as though they would in writing in English. So for word, if length of word is less than 5, new words dot append. You're just gonna append the word without making any modification to it. Otherwise, else new words dot append word Um, Again, I think this syntax works, and I can explain that in a second if I can see if it works. At least it would work for lists. So I'd be interested to see if it works for strings. I can't see why not, but it's possible. So now I've got my set of new words. Now, so we started off with a split on the space. We want to return the same sentence. So what you do, um, the join method for strings, it's sort of the opposite of the split method, right? And so where the split will give you a list of items in between a given delimiter, the join will give you a string that is delimited by the input string, in this case the space, um, and then you give it an iterable. So in this case, it'd be my new words, and I'm going to actually return that and see if it does what I want it to, and it does. Fantastic. Okay, let's continue. Actually, I might take a break and make my girlfriend come give me a viewership count. Because apparently she's not in my Discord where she gets the notification. Let's see if I can get a link to it. Copy link, send that, and now I'm gonna have a new viewer in here. All right, moving on. Oh, I did this in the wrong window. That's fine. Ah, okay, cool. That actually worked. I'm gonna go ahead and clear these guys. How's my volume, by the way, Ionic Fox? I did test it beforehand, but I'd be curious to know how it ends up on your end. Cool. All right, good to know. Who likes it? Who likes what? You probably know the like system from Facebook and other pages. People can like blog posts, pictures, or other items. We want to create the text that should be displayed next to such an item. Oh, okay, so this actually, I don't think I've solved a problem like this before. Implement function which takes an array containing the names of people that like an item, and it must return the corresponding display text. Okay, I could see Facebook actually having a bit of code that does this exact thing. And two others. Interesting. So at max, two people with the comma, then and if there's more people. Interesting. Okay, I think my approach is going to be to handle the trivial cases of 0 and 1. And then I might generalize. No, that might be getting too unnecessarily fancy. I think I could just handle the length of 0, length of 1, length of 2, length of 3 cases, and then have my final case be length greater than 3 or greater than or equal to 4. Because that way, yeah, that's actually probably the easiest way to do it. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Oh yeah, awesome, dude. Tim tries. He comes home every day and is like, "Oh, you gotta do One Piece," and it's like, I want to, I really do, but thinking of that being how I spend a very significant portion of my time, even if I just read the manga, I don't know, man. I just doesn't sound like what I want to do. Um, uh, but maybe because like to be able to go over to Cody's at some point. But it sounds like if you guys do that, it's only going to be to watch One Piece. Okay, so 1 second. All right, let's see. So yeah, if length of names equals 0, easy peasy, return no one likes this. I actually didn't know that existed, because everyone loves everything I post on Facebook. So, if lane of names equals 1, it's gonna be names of 0 likes this. If len of names equals 2, return names of 0 and names of 1 like this. If len of names equals 3, return well, let me try to 2 and then this guy with the comma. Is there a space? Yeah, obviously. And let's see, names of 0. And finally, no need for like an if statement. Well, no need for an if statement here, right? Because I've handled all of the other possible conditions other than greater than or equal to 4. Because the length of something can't be less than 0. So return. Then how am I going to do this? It's going to be let's do name 0 equals names dot pop of 0. Name 1 equals names dot pop of 1. Sorry, no, 0 again, since pop is going to mutate it. And then it's just going to be name 0, comma, name 1, and length of what is left in names, right? So I get the first 2, and then however many remain is going to be what we put in here for the number. So length of names others like this. And let's send it. Boom. Except not boom. Mark should... I just didn't feel like typing out the rest of the string for some reason. And like this. Okay, so the logic was sound, I just forgot half the string because I'm dumb. Cool. All right, let's see what the stream is doing. Haha, but finishing an idle game is okay. Um, no, but I just do that on my I don't do that instead of other things. I do that while I'm doing other things. So I can play an idle game while like watching a TV show. Sure, that could be One Piece, but I could also watch another show. Or when I'm just like at work. Um, and you know what? I'll just say it. I enjoy tapping on my idle chicken game more than I do watching One Piece. I don't know if that's true. I've never watched One Piece by myself. It's always with Tim. And maybe that's the problem. Because Tim overhypes it so much that when I like actually watch it, I'm like, okay, this like isn't as good. Um, Also, he only shows me like episode 533 in the middle of like whatever arc, and it's like, okay, well, all of this stuff that's supposedly been building up totally escapes me. And so in my mind, it's just like, oh, random power for the sake of being random. Um, so maybe that really is my problem. But anyway, enough about why I don't like One Piece. Yeah, I that doesn't surprise me. But I mean that's good that both of you are able to get enjoyment out of it. I'd be curious to know what Cody enjoys out of it. Mostly because Cody doesn't talk, so I don't know what he's thinking ever. Uh, yeah, see that's the thing. Like, and maybe that's the problem because Tim keeps trying to sell it to me on like the cool fights. Oh, they came up with this like cool way to like do this thing with his power, and it's like, okay, maybe that would be cool, but the cardinal sin of animes that seem to always drive me away from it is their incessant need to self-narrate. And that show is just so guilty. It's like every time they do anything, they have to say the name of the attack. It's like are you a sentient Pokemon that needs to say the name of the move in order to use it? Like it just makes me cringe. The wacky comedy I could potentially get behind, um, but anyway, I should stream One Piece reactions. I don't know if I don't know. I feel like that will just get me a bunch of hate from One Piece fans just trying to harass me. All right. I should do another problem. Highest and lowest. In this little assignment, you are given a string of space-separated numbers and have to return the highest and lowest number. Okay. All numbers are valid int 32. No need to validate them. There will always be at least one number in the input string. Output string must be two numbers separated by a single space. This is potentially pretty easy. Um, let's try it. So numbers is a string. So what I'm going to do is just do numbers is not a string. Well, okay, numbers equals, I'm going to do a list of int of num for num in numbers dot split. That should give me a list of actual integers. I can do min equals min of numbers. I can do max equals max of numbers, and then return just a formatted string. Let's see, was it the minimum one first, I'm guessing, and have to do the highest? Highest number is first. Oh, okay. Sure. Max space min. Yeah. Yeah, some of these problems I feel like only like they were meant for like C and C++, but then when you apply them in a higher programming language like Python, um, it's not that much of a challenge. What was the rating? Oh, it was only 7Q. That's on the lower end. I think 8Q is like the lowest or something. I don't know. But that's pretty straightforward. Then I can stream reactions to your reactions. So it's gonna be like girlfriend reviews, boyfriend reviews, One Piece. Um, I just read a chapter where where a character says, "Steal yourselves. Our fate rests within the flavor of that cake." And he's absolutely correct. Oh man, I've been ruined. Cake just makes me think of cake farts. Like I had the opportunity to have chocolate cake the other day, and I just cannot not think of Chris Chan doing cake farts. I just can't. It's been ruined for me. Ah, yeah. Oh my god, I just sighed like Chris Chan. Oh, all right. Where are we going? No, not home, not home, not home. Go back. All right. Create a phone number. What a function that accepts an array of 10 integers between 0 and 9 that returns a string of those integers in the form of a phone number. Mm, is it always 10 integers? Because that's not going to be that difficult. Um, okay, let's do it. Let's see, should I try to one-line it? What is... Could I one-line this? I think I can. I think I can one-line it, so I'm going to try that. So return, it's going to be an F string. And it's going to be parentheses. Oh yeah, this is a one-liner. Easy. Dot join of n, just the 0 to 3. First 3 inside the parentheses. And then it's going to be space after the parentheses, the next 3. So 3 to 6. It's 3, 4, 5. Yep. Dot join on just an empty string, which is going to just put them together. And then you're going to do dash, same type of deal. Except it's going to be 4 now, right? So it's going to be 6 to 10. Let's try it. Well, expected string instance int. Oh, okay, that's annoying. It could be a one-liner still, but because they input a set of integers, the dot join is only going to work on strings, which kind of frustrates me. You wouldn't think it'd be that hard in the back end to just try to call the string method on the item, but oh well. So we're gonna do n equals string of item in n. Sorry. String of item for item in n. And it will now be strings, and then this should work. Easy. So not quite a one-liner. I could have done this type of thing on the join, but having to do that across 3 different strings would have been messy, and no, not worth. Not worth. My birthday's coming up. That's what I like the most, is the cake farts. Is that what we were talking about? My birthday's coming up. I want cake farts. I can see what I can do about that. I do have access to cake, and I have a lot of access to farts. So, uh, descending order. How long have I been streaming for? Oh, almost an hour. Oh, why do I do this? Why do I code for a living and then come home to code more? I enjoy it, but I probably stare at a screen for, no joke, 10, 12 hours a day. And I'm awake for 15. It's stupid. Okay. Your task is to make a function that can take any non-negative integer as an argument and return it. Hold on, I read too fast. I have no idea what I just read. Your task is to make a function that can take any non-negative integer as an argument and return it with its digits in descending order. Essentially, rearrange the digits. Okay, so again, this is going to be one of those things where I think the intent of the exercise is to involve some sort of number theory where you're doing like moduluses on it with exponents to whatever minus 1 to extract an individual bit, which is fine. It's only a 7Q, so I'm not going to like really care about whether or not I'm solving it the right way. I'm just going to do it the Python way. If anything, it'll demonstrate why I like Python so much. Bust a move right here. Oh, okay. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave that comment. Oh, so it's not to just to reverse it, it's to do it in descending order. Um, which makes sense, but okay, so that's still easy. It's still going to be a matter of getting a list and just sorting it based on ascending order, and then return a join of that list, right? So let's do it. So input's a string. Let's do listo. Take one out of the Tim playbook and just call every list listo. Equals list of num. That should actually do it, except I'm gonna have to convert them to integers anyway, so that I can actually let me think about that for a second. That would be the proper way to do it, but I might be able to leverage the fact that alphabetical order for single digits, is that the same as numerical order? Let's find out. So I'm actually just gonna ooh, is this just all right, I'm gonna try some stuff and it's probably not gonna work, but if it works, I'll be like not. I don't want to say the best programmer ever because this is like a 7Q Python problem, but I will be pretty impressed if this works the first try. So, I'm just gonna do sorted. sorted of num. That is going to return it in I probably ascending order. I can't remember how sorted works. I the thing that frustrates me about Code Wars is there isn't just like a is there a try? No, that's just there isn't like a IPython console that I could just test something out in. I guess I could pull one up. I could also just look at the documentation for sorted. I think that's what I'm gonna do actually. So Python sorted. Blah 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 blah. Okay, so yeah, it's going to do it by ascending order by default. Um, is there a way to, you know what? Oh, reverse equals true. Okay, that's what I was looking for. Um, yeah, oh yeah, no, that's exactly what I was gonna do is the sorted and the reverse. Um, except I can't find my window. There we go. And then reverse equals true. And then I'm going to need to do dot join on that. I'm curious if that's going to work. Is num in a... Oh, I forgot. Okay, num comes in as a actual number, not a string. So, well, that's still easy. That's still potentially one number. One liner. Oh, but then I need to return the integer of that. So int. Half of my problem, or half the reason I ever struggle on anything is that I'll just like not read or understand the problem. Boom. One liner. Called it. Um, so yeah, I definitely, that actually means that this probably wouldn't even, well, okay, it would, hmm. No, I don't even think that would necessarily need any. You could definitely do this in another language with just string conversion, because once you convert it to a string, you can leverage the fact that for single digit numbers, alphabetical order equals numerical order. So doing sorted on it for a string is going to do it alphabetically, um, but that will be increasing, and so you just reverse it. Um, that's actually a cool little thing to leverage. Train. No, I already did that one. Back one more. Actually, what time is it? I've been doing this for an hour. I think I'll do one more. Bit counting sounds interesting. Then I might call it a night. Um, or work on other content. Um, anyway, yeah, I think just this last one, and then I'll call it a night. Write a function that takes an integer as input and returns the number of bits that are equal to 1 in the binary representation of that number. Oh, that's easy. Oh, that's easy. Because, if I remember correctly, I can just do like bin on n that returns a binary string. So then it's just going to be sum of int of item for item in bin of n. It's going to convert those to 1, and that's going to do the sum of that. 0 is going to be 0 for that sum, and then... Oh, well, I should return something. Oh, invalid literal for int with base 10. Oh, so bin here. Let's just print. Can I do a print bin of n and actually analyze what's going on? Right. Okay. So when you do bin of something, it returns it as a string, yes, but it's going to start with this 0b. Sort of how you tell. Um, well, okay. There's a couple of reasons why that's going to be the case. Um, the main reason is that typically in languages where you want to treat a integer or a raw literal integer, but have it, you want to type it as a binary or hexadecimal number, um, but internally it's still going to treat it as like your normal. I mean, it's just a number, right? So what you would do though is int equals for hexadecimal it'd be like 0x 10, right? And that's going to be 15. Um, 15, 16, 16. Yeah. Um, and then for binary, it's just 0b. So that's how in languages you tend to write literals but with a different base. Um, Now the reason why doing the bin function on a number includes that is because Python tends to have, at least for its internal built-in data types, it tends to when you convert it into a string, it tends to convert it into Python executable code, right? So that's why that I think happens. But for example, if I have a dictionary, and print that dictionary, um, so I don't know how that happened. A equals 1, B equals 2. I print that. You'll see that the actual string version of that dictionary um, is valid Python code, right? I can copy and paste that into here, and that's valid Python code. That could be my dictionary. So I think it's a combination of those two things as to why that 0b is in there. But that doesn't really matter. So bin of n, I basically just need to extract the remainder after the I need to extract the third and continuing character after that, right? Because the 0b doesn't matter for my purposes. Um, so then I'm going to be iterating over those. It might start out as a 0, right? So it's going to be a 0. I'm going to convert that to an int. It will be 0, and then the sum of that's going to be 0, which is what we want, I think, for that test case at least. Boom, passed all the tests. So pretty straightforward. Um, Probably going to call it a night. What are you guys saying? Oh, no update in the chat. That's fine. Um, well, thanks for joining me. I'm going to go. Uh, I don't know. I have yet to make up my mind. Either I'm going to be too tired to record YouTube videos, or I'm going to not be too tired to record YouTube videos. Anyway, thanks for joining me, and I hope you guys have a good one. Oh no, this is awkward. I don't know how to stop streaming.